Good day, guys. Welcome to another session with Axel. So today is Saturday, and of course, the market is closed. The market will be open by Monday. We'll have to get prepared for next week, right? So I want to do a quick recap on gold and the trade I took this past week. So let's get into it. So basically, we know that gold is on an uptrend, right? From the higher time frame. Gold is an uptrend, but we are expecting price to take out this higher low. This is a higher time frame, so expecting, but we don't have to like wait till price. We have to be looking for lower time frame buys and sells, right? So let's get into it. So the week started. Sorry, let me go to 1 hour time frame. The week started here. Okay, here the week started on Monday, Monday, 18th August, right? Or the 18th August. So price sold to the downside from Monday to around Tuesday. Okay, Wednesday then price started buying and ended in buys yesterday, which is Friday. So let's get into it. So from here we see that price gave us what, a strip of liquidity here. Sorry about that. Price gave us a strip of liquidity here, right? And several mitigations occurred from this zone. Several mitigation occurred from this zone. Now the first mitigation here, the second mitigation, which is here, right? So we're expecting that price should follow the what? The supply chain. The supply chain. I'm still going to drop a video on that. The supply chain. So price came into this zone on Monday, which is 18th August, using this as liquidity to that supply, right? Using this as liquidity to that supply. Then price mitigated it and boom, we have a sell. But before price took out this previous low that created the high, price gave us a sort of inducement for the next move, for the next supply to be mitigated. So price gave us inducement, then sold to the downside, right? So as price sold to the downside, price mitigated a zone here, which led to this buy. But let's get to the zone, or let's know what caused this buy, right? So let me use my horizontal line, then mark out this zone. Okay, this is where price reacted and started buying. Now let's go back and see what happened. So initially I was expecting the price come into this zone. Sorry. I was expecting the price will come into this zone, then we see the buys. But after making your analysis, you have to refine it to check out or look out for the nearest POI. So going down to the 15 minutes, let me check. Okay, I think it's 30 minutes. No, it was, yes, 15 minutes. I'm correct. So going down to the 15 minutes time frame, I saw something here, but I can't show you that with a normal chart illustration. I need to go use the line illustration, right? So using the line illustration, you could see that price did a kind of, when price took out this low that printed this this high that represented this low, right? Price took it out and the sort of internal liquidity. But price did something here. Price did a sweep of liquidity. Price swept um, price swept this high, then sold to the downside, gave us another high, then sold to the downside, then price sold and bought. So I was expecting that price would take out this lower low, but price didn't take it out. So this is a shift in market structure. So back to this high that was that was disrespected or was unmitigated. Let's go back to the line chart. All right, price didn't respect this zone because this was a sweep of liquidity, then the first pullback, then the sell. So I was expecting the price will respect this zone, but price suddenly disrespected. So this will be our what? Our support zone or breaker block, because the breaker block is a non-mitigated POI. So price didn't mitigate this POI, which makes it a breaker block. So when price came into this zone, this particular key level, price did what? Price rejected immediately and started buying to the upside, right? Price rejected immediately and started buying to the upside. Then as price mitigated and started buying to the upside, remember we still have a supply here that needs to be mitigated, right? Remember from when I started this video, I mentioned it. So this supply has to be respected or mitigated. So as price got to that level, price started reacting, presenting sales for us. But nevertheless, don't forget that from the general buyers or overall buyers, the market is about to change to the buy side. So as price mitigated this supply, you just have to like take your short sales, right? Take your short sales before looking for buys. So if I'm to take a sell from here, I would take a sell from, sorry, if I'm to take a sell, I'll take a sell from this supply, here, then I will close around here, right? I'll close around here because there is a sweep of liquidity here. There's a structure, a value structure here that might lead to a buy, right? So there's a valid order block here, 15 minutes order block. This sweep of liquidity, then order block, then inducement, right? So let's map it out. So here you go. This is the inducement. Then we have our order block here. Order block. So now let me mark out the order block with this horizontal line. Okay, I was expecting that price will come into this zone, and what did price do? Price eventually came into that zone and bought to the upside. You could see how clear it is. To see how clear it is here. Price bought to the upside. Here you go. Boom. And this was the news on Friday. That was yesterday. So now here comes the sell and price. Boom, 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 boom. Took out everything. Price took out everything here. Took out everything. So here now the week has ended. What are we seeing for what can we say about gold on next week? So next week, I'll be looking out for what? I'll be looking out for sales because they are unmitigated supplies. I'll be looking out for sales, right? because they don't mitigate supply. So let's say from here, you have a sweep of liquidity. You have a sweep of liquidity. You have a sweep of liquidity, and we have our mitigations here. Price mitigated everything here. Then let's go to the higher time frame. Go to 1 hour time frame. Okay. So on the 1 hour time frame, you can see the mitigations here. Then and there's a supply here too, because we are looking for the nearest POI. There's a supply here that was unmitigated, right? There was a supply that was mitigated, which price ended up uh mitigating on the what, on Friday, right? So I'm expecting the price will do something like this. See what I'm expecting the price do next week. Next week, price will sell to the downside to mitigate this order block or breaker block. These are mitigated POI. Then, boom, we continue the buys. So this is my projection on gold for next week. All right. So I hope this video suits you well, and thanks for watching.